So this is a predicted score, right? So how I know this score is good or bad? So I have to make a residuals. So what is a residuals here? What I'll do? How do you find out residuals? Again, you can say this minus that. For 10.99, sorry, 15 minus 22, so you'll get something 7. That is your residuals. Otherwise, there is a command for that also. Let me take PML and I want to say residuals equal to REG1 dollar residuals, right? Control enter. Now you can see residuals also. How I calculate residuals? It's a difference between actual and predicted. So this is your actual, BMI is actual, and this is your predicted. The difference between two things, what we can call as residuals. So everyone got this point, how do you get the predicted, how to get the residuals also. So I hope this is, you can able to understand this, okay? And we can able to see how it working. Now, if you want to show the diagram with including your predicted model, then you can show also. For example, we already have the plot diagram, plot of what we can call as plot of x comma y. So I can say PAML dollar PA, that is called x variable, PAML dollar y variable. Okay, so this will fetch you this one, right? This we already see. So if you want to make PCH equal to 14, you can make 14. Okay, no, 14 doesn't look good. I'll make a 19. Okay, and this already we have seen. Now the next job here is, if you want to take the predicted line, how it looks like. So we can go by AB lines, right? So what you can say, AB line. Okay, AB line. You can say predict of LM of, okay, tilt PAML dollar PA, right? So this will fetch you. It says something wrong. Okay, let me take a lines. Yeah, lines will make a better than things. So this is what we can call as predicted. Now, if you want to make a color, you can make a color as equal to red. Okay, so let this color I'll make as a color equal to blue. So we can able to figure out where things are lying, right? So this is how it look like. You can see that this is the actual data, X and Y axis, and this is your predicted data. So predicting is not so good enough, because we know that yes, data are going here and there. That is how it is happening. Okay, how do you figure out this? Okay, if you take the figure here, 22, 24, okay, this is what we predicted, right? So how do you get this figure? We already have this figure in our hand. If you see here, predicted is, this is 22, and this is, you can see 25, and the keep on goes like that, right? So the most of the figures are predicted from what we can call as the predicted score of minimum and maximum. If you want to make one line for that, what is the minimum and maximum, we can make it also. How do you make it? Okay, so if you go here, you can say AB line of, it's horizontal line, right? Equal to, you can say min of your predicted score. So how do you get a predicted score? We can take a predicted score with the PAML dollar predicted, right? So this will fetch you the predicted score. You can see there's a minimum score of prediction. What is the maximum score of prediction? AB line of H equal to max of PAML dollar predicted. So this will give you a max score. So this is how it look like, right? Can you see this? So your prediction range, it will go in this direction only. You can zoom it. Okay. I don't know why you cannot zoom it. Okay, the Zoom is coming now. How the prediction of, no, and this is a range of prediction, but there are numbers going 35 also above, but prediction just close. You can say BMI going for 35, but in prediction it never happened like this. So that's why the prediction is not a good prediction for this model, because it's indicating by R square also. R square is very few figure, that is called what we can call as the R square in the model is only it is okay. If you run this text again, you can come to know that R square is only 14 or 15%. So at least if R square is 50-60%, it makes sense to look into that. Okay, but for a good prediction, R square at least or 85-95%, then only it makes sense to look into that. Simple linear regression. Now, in this regression, what we have seen here is we have seen one condition. Y is continuous, X is categorical or continuous, right? But we use continuous here. Assume that if X is categorical, how it look like. So let us do the same thing here. I'll do a regression by using, okay, let us see how the model looks better, whether continuous or categorical variable. So in this case, what we'll do now, my X I'm taking is a categorical, right? Okay, so everything is as usual. So what I'll do now, let me copy this previous command from here. Okay, we'll completely copy this whole thing, nothing to bother. So including this also you can copy, and we can slightly change whatever things we want, right? That we can do that. I'll copy the whole command. Go to here. Let me explain one by one command after I copy paste it. So here we copy pasted. So what are the changes we required? So REG1 is okay. BMI, instead of this one, I can call as PA cat, right? So it accepted. Summary. So let us look how summary look like. So in the summary, we know what are the things we have to look into that. Okay, this pat high become 2.5, 2.3. You can see there are two level in your what we can call as in the categorical data. One is low, one is high. So it will take a reference as a low and it minus with a high. So what it shows means the difference between two people, the high and low is how much? 2.365. That's the difference between, this is nothing but BMI score. BMI score of low people and high people is nothing but 2.3, which is average score, right? So that is how I'm getting, and is significant also. What is the R square? R square has dipped down like only 8%. So it is understood this for this data, it is better to show continuous rather than categorical because R square is very low. Okay, so that is what we understand, right? Okay, if you want to do further, you can do that, but I don't think so it's a worth to explore it because their R square is very lesser than what we got earlier, right? So what I'll do that, I'm not going to explore this further. Okay. But if you want to explore, you can explore also, but there is no meaning in doing that because R square is lower than what we expected. Okay, so let me delete all these things, right? So any doubt in this? Okay, now how far we know that the model has got having some assumptions. So for that, what we'll do, you can say plot of something called REG1. That is what we have done, right? So let me run this first. Okay, now to get the plot. This plot will ensure that whether assumption is met or not in regression. I'll say what all the assumptions are there, whether we met. Okay, so where is a regression? Okay, this is a regression terms, right? So let me run again all the commands together. Okay. Now it is asking to hit the next plot. So this is my first plot. What is this plot indicating? Okay, now zoom this plot. Let me say what is this plot indicating. Okay, this plot indicating Okay, whether you have, okay, now let me take one by one. So, because each graph is very important. In what we can call as in a regression, the most important assumption is what we can call as, okay, what we can call as homozygosity. So let me make you to understand what is homozygosity and what is the implication of this. So what is homozygosity means the variance should be constant. Otherwise, there is no pattern. There is no pattern in variance homozygosity. Homozygosity, right? That is what we can call as homozygosity. But how do you know there is a pattern is there or not? Please understand, read the x-axis. X-axis are what we can call as residuals. And y-axis, sorry, x-axis what we can call as fitted values. Fitted values means your predicted values. What about residuals? Residual is nothing but actual minus predicted. So that is what we can call as your y-axis. Now you can see how this distribution is happening, how the data is forming, right? So you can see the distribution is here. It is look like a very there is no pattern at all. It is distributed everywhere, right? This is what we can call as the sign of homozygosity. And the other way to this, the trending line should pass through zero. You can see it is passing through zero. This origin is zero. So it should pass through zero. Okay. Then we can call, we didn't violate the norms, or what we can call as the variance are constant. So based on these two things, we are trying to say that, okay, the variance is, by doing this, we can call this variance is constant. Variance is constant, right? So this is a very important graph to understand whether variance is constant or not. So how do you read the graph? Your y-axis is residual, x-axis your predicted score, and the each data point, 100 data points are there. In this 100 data point, this distribution is happening very random, very scattered. There is no pattern. Then we are ensuring that variance are constant. As simple as that. I hope things are very clear for you. Okay, so we've cleared the first assumption called the variance should be constant. Yes, we got variance first assumption, right? So what I'll do now, okay, for your sake, um, is for, okay, for your sake, what I'll do here, I'll just make a, I'll make a snapshot. Okay. Okay, so let me take out of this, right? So this is done, right? This is the first one, right? Okay, now what's the second plot? You can go here again, enter. So we got a second plot. Okay, what is the second plot speaks about? Okay, so you can see this is second plot. So again, we'll start my connotation. So the text shows that what is this plot about? Okay, so this plot shows about, okay, there is a disturbance here. Okay, mean to say I don't want to take a whole graph. I'll draw from here itself because the things are not working. So I'll go here. So what about this plot? It's about normality. Normality. Okay, so here we have to see the y-axis is residual, standardized residual, and x-axis is theoretical quantiles. So now when you say it's a QQ plot, okay, the QQ plot should the diagonal values. You can see there are diagonal values, right? So this dot is nothing but observed score and expected score. The observed score and expected score should match in the same line. Okay, if you take this line here, okay, okay, if you take the line here, okay, this is the wrong choice. Okay, I will take the same old my. So if you take the line here, this line should go very well with this line. You can see center there is one line is there. You can see this line, right? Dotted line. So whatever the observation we have made, it is be closely fall with this line, then that we can call as a normally distributed, right? That is how we have. But if you want to check the normality, then that's a different logic altogether. So we have to do something called Shapiro-Wilk test. Okay. So from these things we understood, okay, whether the one more assumption is the whatever the things you are doing, it should be normally distributed. The residual should be normally distributed. So that is what we are getting here, right? The second assumption also made, right? So if you want, I'll make, sorry, screenshot for this, right? So then we can remove this, right? So what I'll do now, I'll just go and erase this. Okay, fine. So we done this. Now third plot, you can go to third plot, enter. So this is my third plot. What the third plot speaks about, okay? Third plot speaks about, okay, whether it is more or less the same thing that what we can call as a what we can call as a homoceracity graph. And only thing is you can see here, there are some numbers are given, 17, 65, 35. These are labels actually. That is what we can call as label. Okay? Now let me go for next plot. Next plot is residuals and leverages. So leverages means there are extreme data points can disturb your data. That is what we can call as leverages. So for instance, if you remove this data point, anything about 2, okay, if you remove this data point 37 and 20, 30, 17 and 17 and 37, that will improve. So these are the four things, four graphs what we have seen. We can see all this graph in a single page also because it is better to see in single page. So if you want to see all the graphs in single page, the easiest way is what we can do here. Okay, where is a plot? Where is a plot? We did a plot, right? Okay. Okay. So we are trying to do here. A plot. I didn't take the plot. Okay, this is a okay. Now let me right. Okay, I don't know. I might have missed out the thing. So what I call as regression one. Okay, something is missing here, right? Yeah. Okay. So this is what my knowledge I deleted this. Okay. So this is a plot. What we got one by one, right? So we got 4 plot, but instead of 4 plot in different times, I can show the same way. How do means called for m of rho equal to c of 2 comma 2. So what I'm trying to do is arrange these 4 graphs in a 2:2 matrix. Okay, this is how it looks like. Can you see now? So all the graphs comes in a single shot now. So all the 4 graphs will come. When I say 2:2 matrix, okay, top to bottom 2. So that is how it is look like more neat table rather than keep on every time clicking one table with one graph with other graph. So by doing this, we completed a simple linear regression. In the next class, we'll see multiple linear regression with more variables, more assumptions, and multicollinearity tests, and so on and so on. So if there is no doubt from your side, okay, we can close the session today if you have no doubt. And you can, I don't think so you are asking any doubt from the session. So I have doubt whether myself, I have doubt whether are we doing a right job or we are doing a kind of a time killing job. So let me talk to your coordinator today, because if this is going to be like if you are going to keep mom, and I don't know whether you are listening or not listening. So I'll talk to your coordinator. I'll come back to you. Okay, this is not a good trend at all. Okay, whereas we have been taking session for Christ and we have been taking session for other institution also, but there at least we have some level of interaction is there. But unfortunately, I could not see any interaction in your class. Okay, can you share the OR file? Yes, Rajat, I can share the OR file. Okay, just a minute, I'll share now itself. So you can, I no need to bother about that. Okay, so file name called ML intro. Okay, so I'll go to Rajat now. Rajat, where is Rajat? This. How to share the file? Okay, I should go to chat. Yes, file, my computer, BA. So let me take R file. I'm sharing R file to the Rajat, so other people can able to see this, right? So just it's only 1 KB. Okay. I hope you got a file, Rajat. File, Rajat, you got a file?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, you got it, right? So we'll wind up the session. Okay. Thank you for your time and everything. Okay.